Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Oluwatoyin Omodara is my name. An egalitarian economic system which guarantees comfortable livelihood for all citizens without discrimination has been described as the surest path to attaining a more united and peaceful Nigeria. Governor Oluwatoyin Akeredolu at the 62nd Independence Day Interdenominational Thanksgiving service held at the Government House Chapel, Alagbaka, Akure, insisted that societal stability is deeply entrenched in the satisfaction of the largest percentage of the populace. Government House correspondent Timileyin Falade reports that Governor Akeredolu also vowed not to relent in concerted effort with a view to protecting lives and properties of residents.
It was a gathering of who is who in the body of Christ, political office holders, members of the legislative and judicial arms of government, service chiefs, among others, as they raised their voices to glorify God for the nation's 62nd independence anniversary. Governor Oluwatoyin Akeredolu said the journey of over 6 decades of nationhood calls for sober reflection and self-appraisal on how far the nation has fared in all facets of development. The governor, represented by his deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, said unit's rightful position in the global community.
As a government has been led by our own Oluwatoyin Akeredolu, senior advocate, transparency in governance. We are facing all these challenges headlong, especially in security with the homegrown security arrangement, the Southwest Security Network.
A sermon by the chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, on those states, just as implored Nigerians to renew their covenant.
Our problems of evil deeds are detestable by God. Look at it. Lack of contentment. Evil, envy, and greed. Ritual murderers.
Some worshippers expressed optimism of a more peaceful and prosperous nation in no distant time.
We give God joy and the confidence that there will always be better times.
Not evil, even in the midst of the Jaffa generation that everybody's living in. Some of us are resolute to remain and we believe that Nigeria will flourish again.
As the most populous black nation continues to march forward in self-determination, 62 years after breaking free from the strings of colonial masters, it is hoped that all stakeholders will redouble efforts towards evolving a Nigeria of everybody's dream. Timileyin Falade, Osrc News.
Christian leaders must be at the front line of
office holders, rulers, elder statesmen, and other well-meaning Nigerians converged on St. David's Cathedral to felicitate Archbishop Brokini on his elevation. In a sermon tagged Attitude of Gratitude, the preacher, Most Reverend George Laoshebikon, who congratulated the Archbishop, said his elevation is a manifestation of God's words. He urged him to always rely on God while carrying out his duties. The Ondo State Governor Oluwatoyin Akeredolu, who appreciated the cleric for his prayers, described the elevation as well deserved and God ordained. The governor, who was represented by the secretary to the state government, Oladunni Odu, said it is God that gives adequate reward to his beloved, as he described the Archbishop as one of God's general.
On behalf of Mr. Governor, Nigeria, the Chancellor of the Diocese, the people of Ondo State, the government of Ondo State, are actually felicitate and congratulate the most reverend senior Brokini for attaining this state. And it is our prayers that the Lord that this far will not forsake you.
The joyful Most Reverend Simeon Brokini and his wife urged the clergy to be dedicated to God and look unto him for the reward of their stewardship.
In this ministry, they should be committed and be focused. Not only that, they should be faithful to who that has called them.
This work that the Lord has called both the husband and the wife to, that they do it with all their might. They should do it faithfully. And as they do that, God himself will remember them for good.
His son, Toluwani Borokine, described his father as a prayer warrior who has waited patiently unto God.
You can also learn from him that God's time is the best. He's a man who has learned patience, he has persevered, he has endured so much, and we know that it is God's elevation. It just makes the scripture come to life that when the Lord turned the captivity of Zion, we're like them that.
The guests later joined the Archbishop and his family at the Cathedral Hall for a reception. Odwanyo Dija, Osrc News.
Stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State, including candidates for the 2023 elections, have called on the presidential candidate of the party, Bola Tinubu, and governors of the Southwest to stop obnobbing with Governor Nyesom Wike. The stakeholders, comprising National Assembly and State House of Assembly candidates and other party faithful, said it was discouraging for members of the party in Rivers State to see leaders of the party that they look up to romancing with a non-political opponent like Governor Wike of the People's Democratic Party. They frowned that these leaders go as far as visiting the state to inaugurate projects on the invitation of the governor. These, they stressed, helped to campaign for the ruling party in the state by heaping praises on him ahead of a general election. They spoke at a one-day consultative meeting of the South Executive Committee, presided over by the APC National Vice Chairman of the zone, Chief Victor Giadam, in Port Harcourt on Sunday evening. Akure residents have bemoaned the current state of the median at the Ondo Road axis, which has been said to cause pedestrians and commuters diverse transportation challenges. Osrc's Oluseye Akinwale reports that residents of the area said the weedy median is the root cause of many road accidents around the area, and it's a cause of concern to many.
Ondo Road is currently an awkwardly unsafe look for motorists to ply and has been left unattended to for a while. The road features a median with overgrown weeds, and the same median also serves as a waste illegal dump, and whenever it rains, dirt clogs the gutters on the road, which makes it a tough task for motorists. Speaking with Osrc, some residents frowned at the development as they said the road has become a death trap due to vehicle owners not being able to see because of the weeds that have been left to grow wild.
People used to cross the road, and the wood will not allow them to see vehicles coming left or right. So we only beg government if they can help us to clear all the weed on the middle of the road. It will stop accidents on the road.
Many accidents have been happening there. Many lives have gone. Many things have been happening there. So definitely, I will advise maybe government can help us towards that place.
Also, the same road is affected by potholes and is replicated in many areas along the same axis. The same can be said about the Alagbaka axis leading to Nepa area, requiring an urgent attention of government. Residents appealed to the government to come to their aid to make the environment neat, tidy, and also safe for commuters. Others expressed hope that government will bring succor to them soon. Oluseye Akinwale, Osrc News.
Girl child education, Ondo State government will state unwavering commitment. Details of these and many more after this break.
1,000. We go wash plate tire. Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, hello lówó wa.
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Bring your phone.
Ha! 10,000.
1,000 naira credit. Now you are to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Now what go tell?
Right, you are welcome back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook on Osrc TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. Now to the rest of the bulletin. The 25th anniversary and 4th International Symposium of Breast Cancer Association of Nigeria, BRECAN, later this month is the fulfillment of a long-time dream. Wife of Ondo State Governor and founder of BRECAN, Betty Ayawu Akeredolu, dropped the
Akeredolu lamented the non-substantial database on cancer to effectively monitor and control the disease in the country, saying the theme for the anniversary, closing the data gap in precision cancer control in Nigeria, was carefully chosen to address the situation. The governor's wife expressed satisfaction over the inclusion of cervical cancer in the vision, noting that the association will not rest in its laurels at fielding the masses with the information needed about breast and cervical cancer.
The formula of BRECAN as an association and even the celebration is to showcase that people or women can survive this disease. And that's why we have a special survivors program. There are some people today that will tell you that they have never seen a survivor. This is an opportunity for us to determine the minds of people and even some, maybe people who are in a position to fund research or support organizations like BRECAN and so many other NGOs. When you have that impression that nobody survives breast cancer or cervical cancer, when people come to you for fun, you say, how much you got? It's like wasting time, wasting money. But in a conference like this, you will see survivors.
She enjoined the government at all levels to prioritize the treatment of cancer cases as it is too expensive for common man to handle.
What is the state of the well-being of these survivors? Are they just managing or are they thriving? If they are managing, then something has to be done. So where is the problem? Is it institutional neglect? Because from the mouth of these survivors, they will tell you what they are going through.
National President of the association, Tolu Taiwo, gave a rundown of activities during the event to include public forum with renowned speakers, essay competitions, Jog for Life advocacy, among others.
And of course, an award and dinner night. We have so many good-hearted individuals, organizations that have been supporting BRECAN over the years. We have to appreciate that opportunity, to appreciate them, to say thank you for supporting BRECAN over the years.
The anniversary is slated for the 13th to 15th October this year. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
Also, the Ondo State government says it will not shy away from policies and programs aimed at promoting girl-child education. Chief of Staff to Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu Olugbenga Ali, who noted the importance of girl-child education to the social, human and economic advancement of any society, said the Akeredolu administration is committed to educational development in the state. Our correspondent Wahab Bankole has details.
The setting was St. Paul's Anglican Primary School, Idogun, in Osrc local government area of Ondo State, as 46 female students of Idogun High School were rewarded for their outstanding achievements in academics at the presentation of bursary and scholarship awards to female students.
Babatunde Ronke, Ọdẹnusi Ìyanu, Aribisala Bọ́sẹ̀dé to get set, Falade Pẹ̀lúmi, Ogunleye Mary.
Chairman on the occasion and Chief of Staff to Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu Olugbenga Ali, who stressed the importance of girl-child education to human and socio-economic growth of society, applauded the Beatrice Modupe Educational Foundation for rewarding excellence. The Chief of Staff described education as a veritable instrument that unlocks the innate imagination and intellectual capacity in every individual, while advising the beneficiaries of the gesture not to lose focus.
The administration of Farakun Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN has been giving deserving indigent students of Ondo State bursary and scholarship awards within the available financial resources. The present administration in Ondo State has committed huge financial outlay to the uplifting of the standard of education in the state. More than 1,200 primary school teachers were recently recruited. Furthermore, several primary schools across the 18 local governments in the state have been renovated, as students' enrollments in the schools have increased in recent times.
In their messages of goodwill, some concerned individuals said the benefits of girl-child education to national development are numerous. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has kicked against the move by President Muhammadu Buhari to confer National Honors Award on Minister of Education Adamu Adamu. Malana Adamu's name was among the 437 names of notable individuals that made it to the presidential list of honorees on October 11. In a statement by the National Public Relations Officer, Giwa Temitope, the association said conferring Adamu with national honors of Commander of the Order of Niger is an insult to the collective intelligence of Nigerian students who have been out of schools for over 8 months. The development is due to the ongoing strike of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, which Adamu has been unable to resolve. When the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency warned earlier in the year of massive flooding along the coastal states, little did residents of Anambra State imagine the extent of flooding that has now hit some local government areas of the state. Most affected was Anambra West local government area, where houses were submerged as floods took over farmland in the area. Also, schools in the area have gone on emergency vacation as a result of the flooding, even as residents relocate to safer areas. The water level has risen following recent downpour and the opening of Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. While the Transition Committee Chairman of Anambra West Local Government Area, Felix Ikechi, explained that the challenge was a recurring problem experienced in 2012, 2019, and again this year. A NEMA official said measures have been put in place to help the affected people. Over 13 million pills of tramadol worth about 9 billion naira have been recovered by operatives of the National Drug Enforcement Agency from one of the mansions of a suspected billionaire drug baron Ogo Chukwukadibia in the Eyebrow Residential Estate, Victoria Garden City, Lekki area of Lagos State. The arrest of Ugochukwu, who is the chairman of an auto company, is coming barely 2 months after NDLEA uncovered a methamphetamine clandestine laboratory in the residence of another suspected drug kingpin in the estate, Chris Nzewi, who was arrested in July along with a chemist, Sunday Uka, who cooked the illicit drug for him. Various precursor chemicals used for the production of the toxic drugs were recovered from Nzewi's home during his arrest. Reacting to the latest drug haul, NDLEA Chairman Mohammed Buba Marwa commended the officers and men involved in the operation for their diligence, while also appreciating Nigerians for supporting the agency in its task of ridding the country of the menace of drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking. Senior crime saying the Kwara State Police Command has confirmed the killing of a 12-year-old Yusuf Abubakar by his elder brother while testing the efficacy of a newly procured gunshot protective charm in Kiama local government area of the state. A statement by the command spokesman Okasami Ajayi in Ilorin said the police received a report at Kayama police station about the killing of 12-year-old Yusuf Abubakar by his elder brother Abubakar. The statement explained that the incident occurred in the process of testing the efficacy of newly procured gunshot protective charm by the two brothers. The statement noted that after the children had fortified themselves with the protective charm, the other son brought his father's then gun and shot his younger sibling, adding that is thin. And to the foreign scene, Burkina Faso's military leader, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henri Damiba, who was ousted in a coup on Friday, has formally agreed to step down. The country's Community and Religious Council said Damiba also consented to all the conditions announced by the new self-declared leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The ousted leader's announcement came on the heels of spontaneous riot attacks on French institutions following reports that the ousted military leader was sheltering at a French military base. Russia and France are engaged in a battle for influence in several former French colonies in West and Central African countries, with analysts predicting Moscow-backed takeover in neighboring countries. Iranian students have clashed with security forces at a top Tehran university amid the wave of unrest sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini. 22-year-old Amini was pronounced dead on September 16, days after she was detained for allegedly breaching rules forcing women to wear hijab, headscarves, and modest clothes, sparking Iran's biggest wave of protest in almost 3 years. Concern grew over violence at Sharif University of Technology overnight, where it was gathered that riot police confronted hundreds of students using tear gas and paintball and carrying weapons that shot non-lethal steel pellets. The Oslo-based group Iran Human Rights posted a video apparently showing Iranian police on motorcycles pursuing running students in an underground car park, and in a separate clip taking away detainees whose heads were covered in black cloth bags. Since the unrest started on September 16, dozens of protesters have been killed and more than 1,000 arrested. To the sporting scene, no fewer than 125 people have been confirmed dead at an Indonesian football match in one of the world's worst stadium disasters. The tragedy happened when police tear-gassed supporters who invaded the pitch late on Saturday. Many more were injured in the ensuing stampede after local team Arema FC lost 2-3 to bitter rivals Persebaya Surabaya in East Java. The country's chief security minister said spectators exceeded the stadium's 38,000 capacity. To end the news at 7, let's take a look at some of the major stories. Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has called for concerted effort at ensuring inclusive economic prosperity of Nigeria towards ensuring sustainable national development. Akeredolu, represented by his deputy Lucky Aiyedatiwa, at the Thanksgiving service rounding off Nigeria's 62nd independence anniversary, vowed to continue on the path of developing the day. Residents have lamented the deplorable situation of some roads in Akure, the Ondo State capital. Those who spoke with Osrc also condemned the weedy nature of road medians across the state capital. In Kwara